Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Feeding the Curious Mind. My name's John Pullen and I'm a writer of fiction and non-fiction books. Today we're going to discuss probably the best loved and maybe the best known artist of all time, and that was Vincent van Gogh. His paintings are in most of the major galleries and people flock there. In the National Gallery in London, which I often go to, the Impressionist Room, where there are a number of his paintings, that's where you'll find the crowds. So a very, very popular painter, but a very, very troubled painter. He was born in 1853 in the south of Holland. His childhood was spent enduring a number of illnesses. His first job was with an art dealer, and he would work between The Hague, London and Paris. In fact, for a year, he actually lived in London in Southwest 9. Now, Van Gogh did not begin painting until his 30s, and considering he died young, then most of his work that we know of was made towards the end of his young life. He moved to Paris after painting his first picture, The Potato Eaters, which was dark, nothing like what you might expect to see these days in the galleries. But when he moved to Paris, he fell under the influence of the French Impressionists, where he began his style, which we know him for now. After that, he moved down to the south of France, Arles, where he lived in the famous Yellow House. What he wished to do with this Yellow House was to keep it almost as a commune for other artists to stay and work together. One of these was Paul Gauguin, but they didn't get on well. The problem was Gauguin had a very domineering personality, and Van Gogh would desperately try and get recognized by Gauguin as his equal, but failed. And this is often said to have been the reason why Vincent cut off his left ear. After the act, he is said to have sent the ear in a package to a lady he knew in the local brothel. This brothel was visited by both Gauguin and Vincent on a regular basis. Now, Vincent was found unconscious the next day due to loss of blood. He was found by the police and taken to a local hospital where he was patched up. But the doctors there thought he was definitely suffering from some form of psychosis, and so he was then sent to an asylum for about a year. When he was released, he was still not very well, and in fact in 1890, the year of his release, in July, he was painting in a wheat field. Big surprise. There was a shot, and Vincent managed to crawl to get help. He had a bullet in his chest. One of the mysteries surrounding all of this is that the revolver was never found, and apparently there were no witnesses. Now, once again, Vincent was patched up. He was taken home, put to bed, and seemed to be stable. The next morning, his brother visited him, and yes, he still seemed okay. But by the afternoon, he began to decline, and he died later that day. He was only in his 30s, and the reason given for his death was, it is believed, that it was an infection from the bullet wound. We have his legacy of paintings, and although any one of them that might come up on the market these days would be tens of millions of dollars, he very, very rarely made any money on his paintings while he was alive. But he's still, I think, the best loved painter in the world today.